Oyagala okumanya ebiriwo, ebyaliwo, oba ebigenda okubaawo. Program Tambula n'okumanya eggose. Tambula n'okumanya ku MRU TV ne Royal FM. Tambula n'okumanya. Tambula n'okumanya.
The Israel-Palestinian conflict is the ongoing struggle between Israelis and Palestinians that began in the mid-20th century amidst the Greater Arab-Israel conflict. Various attempts have been made to resolve this conflict, but declarations of claims the Jewish homeland of Palestinians, notably the 1897 First Zionist Congress and the 1917 Balfour Declaration, created earlier tension in the region. At the time, the region had a small minority Jewish population, although this was growing via significant Jewish migration, following the implementation of the mandate for the Palestinians, which included the obligation on the British government for the establishment in Palestine of a nation home for the Jewish people. The tension grew into sectarian conflict between Jewish and Arabs. The current Israel-Palestinian status quo began following the Israeli military territories in the 1967 Six Days War. Despite a long-term peace process, Israelis and Palestinians has failed to reach a final peace agreement. Progress was made towards a two-state solution, which with the 1993 and 1995 accords. But today, the Palestinians remain subject to Israel military occupation in the Gaza Strip and in 165 islands across the West Bank. Key issues that have stalled further process are security, borders, water rights, control of Jerusalem, Israel settlements, Palestinians' freedom of movement, and Palestinian right of return. Within Israel and Palestinian society, the conflict generates a wide variety of views and opinions, and this highlights the deep divisions which exist not only between Israelis and Palestinians, but also within each other's society. Fighting has been conducted by regular enemies, paramilitary groups, terror cells, and individuals. There are prominent international actors involved in the conflict. A majority of Jews see the Palestinians demand for the independent state of justice and think Israel can agree to the establishment of such a state. The two parties currently engaged in a direct negotiation are the Israel government led by Benjamin Netanyahu and the Palestinian Liberation Organization headed by Mohammed Abbas. The official negotiations are mediated by an international contingent known as the Continent of the Middle East, represented by a special envoy that consists of the United States, Russia, the European Union, and the United Nations. The Arab League is another important actor, which has proposed an alternative peace plan. Egypt, a founding member of the Arab League, has historically been a key participant. Since 2006, the Palestinian side has been fractured by conflict between two major factions, Fatah, the traditional dominant party, and its later election challenger, Hamas, which also operates as a military organization. After Hamas' electoral victory in 2006, the Quartet conditioned further foreign assistance to the Palestinian National Authority. A year later, following Hamas' withdrawal of the Gaza Strip in June 2007, the territory officially recognized as the Palestinian National Authority was split between Fatah in the West Bank and Hamas in the Gaza Strip. The division of the government between the parties has effectively resulted in the collapse of bipartisan government of the Palestinian National Authority. However, in 2014, a Palestinian unity government composed both Fatah and Hamas was formed. The latest round of peace negotiations began in July 2013 and was suspended in 2014. However, this pandemic is still going on.